Ok, pessoal, a gente vai estar acompanhando agora a Alton Championship do lado da eliminatória top 8, tá? América do Sul, Loris versus Ventanquilo. Bora lá. E Loris trazendo o Hattori. Ele tava trazendo o Dusk já tinha um bom tempo, né? Agora tá trazendo uma Hattori. Eu esqueci o nome desse crossover. Mas enfim, e Ventanquilo com um personagem que ele tem experiência também, né? E que skin que é? É de verão essa skin? Acho que é. Acho que eu nunca vi ninguém usando essa skin na vida. Enfim. Bora lá, vamos ver o que vai acontecer. Lembrando que você pode estar recebendo uma aulinha, uma análise de replay. É só você se tornar membro a partir de R$ 7,99. Beleza, meu querido? É nóis.
Get that neutral signature, and we'll be right back to even. However, Loras tends to take a lead and keep it in a chokehold, right? Like, this is going to be hard for Vem to get back.
Now, Godly commented earlier that he has like a level 23 Dusk, and I think that was a little bit reflective, not being disrespectful, in his spear play. We're going to see some very different spear play here coming out of Loras.
Well, I think it was most reflective in his signature play, right? Like,
yeah,
we saw like one neutral sig, and that was like it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Man, Loras still is holding on to the stock, Sparky.
Yeah.
Finally goes down, but that was so much. Like he's probably even in damage, even at this point.
Now he is going into the defense stance, so that's going to move it up from 4 to 5. It's going to give him a little bit more survivability, but he's also going up against a higher strength legend in Petra. There's a classic neutral air and a GC Inlight, especially when your opponent's in yellow. That's a great side air. Oh, the recovery gets him through.
Yeah, super early recovery there. Vem was trying to react to it being delayed. Loras cuts right through, gets that extra bit of height. Sort of recovery is so good at recovering from low. Down air into down air, try to get the recovery to combo. D-Light recovery is almost on the table for Loras. I think he needs to get like one more good hit. Now it's there. Cider sends him flying, and Loras about one stock away from having the lead. Okay. Recovery under the stage, not gonna knock out.
Yeah, he's just like hitting all of these knockout moves in like the most unlucky places. Either it's that recovery too low, or it's the side air bouncing off the stage, otherwise it would have KO'd. He's able to finally find it though. There's the neutral air to send him away. Ventanquilo is able to grab the orb. The down air. Sort of hitting point blank there. Almost coming out with the down air as well. Man, Loras was in sweat beads that time. If Vem could have just found the right move, is he going to struggle to find this KO? Dude, the pacing from Loras, he will not relent.
Still going. And every time he can't hit with an attack, it's a weapon throw.
Meu Deus!
There it is.
That one just barely...
Meu Deus, quantos segundos ele ficou batendo, mano, sem errar um ataque.
Continuing with the pressure unarmed now. This is unstoppable. Finally, recovery comes through. Sidelight side air, not interrupted by the weapon throw. I wasn't sure if it was gonna bonk or not, but doesn't connect. But Vem took so much damage.
Yeah, even on the lower strength of Hattori, he's still, okay, I thought he might do it unarmed, but he didn't even need it once the weapon came in. There's the neutral air, not quite off screen yet. That one's not off screen either. It's going to take a little bit more damage if we're going to look to take off the top with the neutral air. There's the D-Light into the recovery. That one will do it, absolutely. That's a JV2 going the way of Loras.
Like a really nice...
Mais uma partidinha, mais um Demo Island, os dois começam a sidekick, inclusive.
Times in a row. It was like one of the longest strings that you could have possibly had on Spear. And Loras did fantastic with it there. So Vem opening up, swinging right away, staying on top of Loras. And Loras is one of the most... successful defensive players on the Spear, right? So this is going to be very interesting to see what happens here as we continue on throughout game number 2. Vem taking the lead once again. Last time he lost it. This time he's doing his best not to.
I'm still worried about it though. I'm worried about one, like a little bit of an overextension from him and a great capitalization from Loras is really all it takes for him to lose that stock in a silly way. He's going to hold on to it, at least as he gets the first one from Loras. But again, dude, Loras is ready to go right as he spawns back in. He's ultimately going to swing right away. His D-Light into the side light, tries to go for the turnaround there. Loras was too far to the right to make that one happen. Almost gets the falling Sair. Vem's going to punch with the down air. There's the D-Light side light. Again, the reverse nair. He's done that a couple times now.
Let's see, Loras goes in for a side sig to catch a dash onto the stage, goes for weapon throw, gets the stuff recovery effects, doesn't get the ground pound though, avoids the ground pound from Ventanquilo. Man, they are just on top. It's so fast paced between these two. Finally manages to get the gravity cancel D-Light into, or the D-Light and the gravity cancel neutral signature off the top, poking him away with the spear, neutral light, down light, side air. tosses the sword away, making sure Spear's primed in case this one gets knocked out of his hands, and it might at this rate. Vem Tranquilo getting a lot of damage in. Sidelight recovery not going to connect. So much more damage. Poe goes off the ground with the dare, tries to land with the side air, and Vem goes all the way off the stage to get a falling recovery to catch Lorez overextending. A lot of pressure coming out from both ways, and Vem Tranquilo is still on top with that recovery, finally getting the star.
Yeah, he's keeping it going. There's the recovery to get the KO off the top. Now is he going to swap back over to the orb? No, he's going to stick with the gauntlets here. Lorez is unarmed, giving a little bit of space here. The weapon spawn comes in. There's a sidelight to get through. Almost Poe going off the ground, but he wasn't low enough for that to get the grounded option. The jump side air, but Vem was too high. Again, down airing off of his head. He's been able to use that down air really well to kind of stop any like forward momentum that Vim is using in his oppressive moments. There's the neutral air again. He's looking for these juggles. No recovery.
Side takes the wrong way. Doesn't get too punished for it. Hits him with the weapon throw. Another side
Another
air.
toss. Yeah, here it comes. Anytime I see Vem far away from Lorez, I'm expecting a spear weapon toss to come in. Almost every single time. If he's not in range of a move, he's going to be in range of a weapon toss.
Recovery hits.
Dude, we're even.
Just like that, even. It's remarkable to me because Vem was putting on the pressure so intensely for the entirety of the game, but Lorez just had complete control that time. Keeping over under the spear. Nair's going to stop him from getting anything else, but Nair recovery from Lorez. Sidelight not going to cut through the orb recovery. One falling sider into a delayed sidelight. There's that sidelight. Doesn't get. I thought he was going to go for the downlight, but he went for a dodge down read instead of a spot dodge read.
Yeah, he's been going for so many downlight follow-ups, like off of his weapon tosses or off the neutral light or anything like that. We saw him hit the D-light off of the neutral light earlier in the game. Oh, the juggle coming through. Still not committing to the recovery there. It seems like he only really wants to use that when it's time to KO. There's a turnaround D-light after the side light. Gets the side sig. That is going to be the game. He really pulled that one back.
Dash
Tá
jump.
bom, a gente tá vendo mudança de mapa e também mudança de range da parte do Vem Tranquilo. Tanto no Rayman, que é a skin nova, inclusive o Metal Rayman, que é uma skin muito top. Tenho que dizer, tenho que confessar, apesar de eu não gostar do Rayman. Ele tem bastante experiência com o personagem. Ai, que sig quebrada! Mano, negócio bizarro isso daí, tá? Sig muito rápida. E ela recompensa, tipo, demais acertar, tá ligado? Enfim, ele tem bastante experiência de Rayman, não é a primeira vez que ele traz Rayman em campeonato. Não sei se trazia Dawson também, né? Mas a questão é que ele trazia bastante no 2v2, sabe? Então ele já teve um desempenho muito da hora no 2v2 com o Rayman. Double Rayman também, ele jogava com essa Double Rayman. Então a gente não tá vendo alguém leigo ou que tá testando o personagem, né? Testando, ninguém vai estar testando personagem aqui num seasonal, né? Mas enfim, vocês entenderam o que eu quis dizer.
Being able to shut that down with a down air. Lorez has done that so many different times today.
Ooh, dashes forward, gets the downlight, sidelight. Okay, we've given up a bit by going over to the gauntlets here. Ooh, goes over to the down air, and the down air gets them several pogos in a row. I'm switching back over to the axe, and Lorez is getting so much damage. Finally stops that.
Good punish there in the in-light after the whiff side light, or side air, excuse me, on the ground. There's the D-light into the side air. It was kind of towards the middle of the stage, but he still doesn't really want to go for these recoveries. He seems to be like a side air guy off his D-light.
Olha
Another
isso.
spike with a down sig. Not going to find it as yet. Sider since Lorez flying.
Great
And there's the
weapon toss.
throw. Man, it's been the most interesting 3-0 in the making that I've ever watched, where it's like Vem is just in control, and then Lorez wins. Right? That's what it's felt like it's been. And I'm fearing that the same outcome's going to happen right now at this rate. Let's see if Vem Tranquilo can finally close a game here against Lorez.
Oh, there goes the Nair recovery that we've been looking for. There's the side sig.
It's so even.
This is so scary, dude.
Don't
let it happen again.
I'm looking at this and I'm going, I think Lorez has got this in the bag. What is Vem Tranquilo going to do to prove me wrong? Gauntlets picked up. Side air and recovery is a good start.
The in-light as well. Trying to catch him jumping high with the side air. Oh, the down air. He did get the wall touch. The D-light into the side air. Too much damage is coming out from Lorez. Vem needs
pogo again.
That's the scary pogo too. There's
Spikes
the recovery.
him off the stage.
He gets through. There's the D-sig over the corner.
Avoids the gloves. Goes for his side light, D-light. Okay. Doesn't
Dude,
get
Vem,
through. Ground pound.
be
Pogo?
careful, man. I'm scared.
Is that it? Oh, he avoids the second
No
pogo.
recovery.
But he dodges the down sig, goes for a gravity cancel down sig. Lorez gets another recovery. The last recovery could do it. That doesn't knock out though. Vem uses his own recovery.
Probleminha da Hattori, isso daí, viu? Hattori tem pouquíssimo dano. às vezes fica bem difícil de finalizar com ela.
The exact same thing, but he's able to grab the gauntlet spawn too. There's the D-Light of the gravity cancel neutral heavy, and that is
Cacilda, achei que não ia finalizar de novo, mano. Ia ficar quieto amanhã. Enfim, pessoal, o Lores continua no campeonato e a gente vai estar acompanhando agora as outras partidas, tá bom? Um grande beijo, se inscreve no canal e até mais.